Palma. Oh,
Oh, man.
that's unfair, and Palma 7 points in the game.
To Del Fuentes.
Oh, wow.
Delgado makes the shot and knocks it down. Maloya is open. 3-point.
Face a jumper by Robin Celis.
Caballero has time.
Now it gets Martin Rosso. Turnaround jumper. Oh my goodness.
Second game of your Friday triple header dito sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. We are back at the Brenzy Giao Convention Center in San Fernando, Pampanga, the home of the two-time defending champions, Pampanga Giant Lanterns. But for the second game, it's one of Pampanga's more famous sons in Levi Hernandez seeing action for the Batangas City Tanduay Rum Masters. And on the other side, Reg Gabat of the Zamboanga Sika trying to prove that his recent run of form is no fluke. 12-2 ang Zamboanga, a chance to prove themselves once again as they take on the former national champions, the Batangas City Tanduay Rum Masters. Magandang gabi mga kaligas, Left Tupas, kasama si Javi Palanya. Magandang gabi din sa mga nanonood sa atin sa Facebook and sa YouTube, and we are live on Solar Sports every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Javi, what a matchup. Malalim ang history ng dalawang kupunan na to.
You're right.
Of course, but also this season, I think the tides have changed with Batangas in the lower side of our standings.
Yeah, we're very used to seeing these two teams at the upper half of our team standings. These two teams are royalty in the Southern Division. But itong Zamboanga, they're the second hottest team in the league right now. And I think, for me, the biggest surprise so far this season, itong Zamboanga Sikat, #1 so far in the Southern Division.
And again, this is a chance to prove na hindi fluke ang kanilang simula dito sa ating liga this season, the 7th season of our league. And let's talk to Sydney Crespo right now. Sydney, you've been very busy because we had a lot of time in between games. Sydney, kamusta yung dalawang kupunan natin, particularly itong Batangas?
Hello, Sadelf and Javi. Well, to add to that history na nabanggit nyo, no, very familiar nga sina Sed Ablasa sa grupo na kakalabanin nila ngayon because this is the former QC team na nagdala sa kanila sa overtime last season. Naalala nga daw ni Sed kung gaano katyaga at kasipag ang grupo na to at kahit mas bata, lumalaban daw talaga. Sabi ni Coach Cholo na this time, it's different. Zamboanga is the higher placed team in the standings and he considers themselves as the underdog this time. But for Coach Ega, hindi na niya iniisip yung history na yan, no, knowing Batangas, they have the tools, they are veterans, they have the ability to adjust. He also believes that Batangas can find their groove back in this game, pero sana hindi daw laban sa kanila, gentlemen.
Oo, yun ang hope para dito kay Coach Egay and the rest of Zamboanga is that it's like a sleeping giant itong Batangas City, no? And tingnan natin ang ating team standings at the moment. Batangas with a 7-6 record. The strength of the schedule has not been kind to the Rum Masters, in contrast to Zamboanga Sikat.
You're right. And itong Zamboanga, I think they're already entering this difficult stretch of the season at this point of the year. Pero itong Batangas City, alam naman natin, you mentioned they are sleeping giants. So it's just gonna be maybe at one point during the season, bigla na lang haharurot itong Batangas City Tanduay Rum Masters. They are a playoff team, the perennial playoff team, and we know their capability. This team has been together for such a long time, and I understand that they're gonna be bringing in some new players sometime soon.
Oo, no, Batangas, they again, no, hinihintay natin itong pagbulusok nitong Batangas, and it looks like that March got halted again, no? And because they went up against the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards, this was a tough outing in Banguet Abra, taking on the Red Hot Rice Vanguards.
You're right. They came into this game on a 3-game winning streak, one of their longest winning streaks that they've had this season. It was a tight game during the first part, but then the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguard started to gain separation in the second period and never looked back after that. Coach Cholo Villanueva and his squad really struggled in that game. John Boluto was a high point man para sa kanila. He had 11 points in that game. Pero alam mo naman na kung si John Ambuluto ang maging leading scorer mo, there seems to be a problem in the offense of Batangas.
Well, no disrespect to John Ambuluto, but we know that there are a lot of players who are capable of leading the charge. But this is a welcome sign para dito kay Coach Cholo because John Ambuluto was hurt early in the season, and you know the way that he's played, you know, he is a one-of-a-kind player para dito sa kanila because Zeta Plaza is used to, you know, taking the outside shots. He's not the more back to the basket player. Ito si John Ambuluto, back to the basket player nila.
You're right, Sidel. And I want to reiterate, no disrespect to John Ambuluto by being the high point man. His improvement has been dramatic, especially this season, and we're very happy to see him really taking in more responsibility. But ito si John Ambuluto, I'd like to see him also do these kinds of numbers with Seda Blaza and guys like Levy Hernandez also putting up the usual numbers what we're used to seeing from these guys.
Oo, syempre, no, kailangan yung mga missing link magpakita ngayon. Zamboanga on the other hand, and it's been a wild ride para dito sa Sikat. They've gone through a few roller coaster battles. They've lost some tight games, but against Davao, they really just flexed their might here, 88-66. And it was in the first half really that they took control and never relinquished that up until the end.
Actually, they had a slow start in the first quarter. They were down by 5 after the first 10 minutes. But that second quarter, Sidel, they outscored itong Davao 26-14. The three-point shooting of Zamboanga has been one of the main pillars of the offense of Coach Egay Macaraya and company. And guys like John Arthur Calisay, they have really responded to the call. Each and every player na tatawagin dito ni Coach Egay at ni Coach Bong, they have delivered.
Oh, John Arthur Calisay was part of that strong second quarter push for Zamboanga. Finished with 15, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals. And you gotta add, Reg Gabat also had 13 points in that fourth quarter after going scoreless in the first 3. So alam natin that this is a team on the rise, and the players here are just oozing confidence at the moment as they take on the former champions. So now, let's go to Richard Tampos for the starting lineups. It's Zamboanga against Batangas City.
Maya Babengi, Batangas City versus Zamboanga Sikat, the Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7. Let's meet the starting 5 of the first season champion, Batangas City Tanduay Ram Masters. At guard number 13, MJ De La Bergen. Forward number 17, Kenneth Ighalo. Playing center number 53, Sed Ablaza. At forward number 27, the KING to the VIP, King Importante. Shooting guard number 22 from Santa Maria, Mexico, Pampanga, the Sniper de Mexico, Levy Hernandez. The head coach is Cholo Villanueva. Assistant coaches J.R. Aquino, Warren Capitan, John Arenas, and Dino Enrile. Assistant team manager Gilbert Alea. Team manager Gene Alabanza. Team owner Lucio Tan III. The starting 5 for Zamboanga Sikat Family Sardines. At guard number 0, Mike Are. Playing center number 1, James Una. To guard number 15, Reg Gabat. At forward number 17, Abdul Sawat. The other forward number 18, JP Kawilan. Their head coach is Bong Ramos. Assistant coaches Eileen Libornio, Ian Valdez, Louis Bautista, Melo Banwal, Jeff Cotera, and Jose Pimentel. Team consultant, Egay Macaraya. Team managers, Ram Ram, and Alvin Muñoz.
Starting 5 is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Batangas City has MJ De La Virgen, Levy Hernandez, Seth Ablaza, Kenneth Ighalo, and King Importante. Zamboanga Sikat has Michael Are, Reg Gabat, James Una, JP Kawilan, and Abdul Sawat. Zamboanga, obviously the younger team, but they've shown really you know, a lot of poise and composure here in this early part of Season 7 ng Liga ng Bawat Pilipino.
You're right, and I think really the entry of Roy Sumang and James Sena to this team has really given them a lot more guidance, a lot more perspective, and it's really shown them how to be true professionals and to accept their role. And I think that's also what's been the most important thing here para sa Zamboanga. Each role is very intrinsically defined.
Oo, and there's first possession for Zamboanga. Abdul Sawat. What a tough finish to begin proceedings here at the Brenzigao Convention Center.
Oh, he's playing right now against his former team. You remember, this was his first squad here in the MPBL at Batangas City.
Ablaza, shot fake, lumapit, said Ablaza for 2.
Well, it's a good sign that Ced Ablaza is looking for his shot early on in this game. If you're Coach Cholo Villanueva, you like that he's aggressive.
It looks like he's a man on a mission tonight. Said Ablaza, quiet start for the former All MPBL first team selection. A foul underneath on looks like it's on Kenneth Igalo. James Una at the line. Former San Sebastian Stag. He played for Negros last season.
This guy has also come into his own. Ito nga yung maganda dito sa Zamboanga eh. Almost everybody has developed and flourished in different times of the season.
Yeah, and then nagkakaroon ng identity yung mga players on their own, individually. Because they're getting, you know, their moments to shine. MJ De La Vergen for 3. Yes!
This is a guy that needs no introduction here in the MPBL, MJ De La Vergen. But I believe, you know, this season, Sidel, he's took a step back in terms of his performance.
And the numbers are down as well, and the minutes are down for MJ. Abdul drives, goes downhill against King Importante.
You talk about the man on a mission. This guy is definitely also on a mission against his former squad.
3-point shot is brought to the Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. The 3-ball galing from MJ De La Vergen. Mike Are replaced by Roy Sumang.
That's an early sub.
Yeah, a minute and a half into it.
I think Coach Bong didn't really like the fact that De La Vergen was able to hit the 3-point shot early on. Are went under the screen that allowed De La Vergen that space to hit the 3-point shot.
Abdul Sawat converts the 2 free throws. 5-4 is the count. MJ De La Vergen uses the Ablaza pick. Down low they go. Importante. And that action is causing a lot of confusion right now. It's been easy trips para dito sa Batangas offensively.
It might be a new set that Coach Cholo has prepared for this game to get Zamboanga off guard. The rotation hasn't been very right para sa Sikat defensively.
MJ pulls up. The jumper won't go. Rebound, Ablaza. Nice tap there galing kay King Importante. And Batangas outworking Zamboanga early on. 9-4 in this battle between two former South Division champions. Ced Ablaza with 4 points.
Once again, an open shot there by MJ De La Vergen, but you like that Ced Ablaza is crashing the offensive glass, helping Batangas to this 5-point lead early in this game.
Hindi madali. Alam naman natin yung Batangas, sobrang sistemado din. Sinasabi nga ni Coach Egay, mag-focus lang kami sa game, tsaka gawin namin yung game plan, tsaka yung system namin. Maraming mangyayari sa game na to, tsaka magiging maganda kasi nga, defending champion sila, so kailangan din talaga namin manalo.
And Roy Sumang has assumed the role of as a leader. The role of a leader here for Zamboanga Sikat is obviously the most experienced player on this team. And for more on Roy, let's go to Sydney Crespo.
You're right, Sadelf. Nagbabalik na nga si Roy Sumang para sa Zamboanga Sikat. He missed a couple of games dahil sa pasa at maga ng kanyang right calf. Although, hindi siya nag-start tonight. Sabi niya, okay lang ang kanyang injury. But it's also important to pace himself in this game. Sabi ni Coach Egay, no, it's a good thing, of course, to have his veteran point guard back dahil magaling daw ito magdala ng team. Kailangan niya yan versus Batangas, yung scoring ability. Siyempre, nandyan yung confidence. For Roy, kahit maraming mas bata kasama ngayon, sabi niya, no pressure. Marami siyang tropa sa Batangas, mga naging teammates sa college at sa PBA. Advice niya sa teammates niya, huwag tayong magpabuli sa Delfavi.
Thank you so much, Sid, and rightly so, because this Batangas team can really, you know, be in your face and punch you in the mouth. Not literally,
You're
but
right.
the way they play. That's a travel, I think, importante.
And that's a consistent call that our referees have really made this season, not allowing that same foot landing on the hop step. Could have been a nice escape by Importante, who's getting some early burn here para kay Coach Cholo Villanueva.
Here's the difference now with Roy Sumang. Maybe a few years ago when he was that young Spitfire and really, you know, out of this world point guard. You know, he could, you know, run wild, and that's really where he is at his best. He's kind of like an artist. As we check out this assist of the game, brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feed more game with 1xBet. Yung creativity niya dapat hindi nasa stifle. But
Correct.
I think now he's found that balance with being the calming presence and also, you know, not really going away from that, you know, flashy and creative style of play para kay Roy.
You're right, and I believe he's in that stage of his career where kind of like how Russell Westbrook is to the Denver Nuggets right now, being that veteran presence, but also still making that significant impact on both sides of the basketball. Roy Sumang, that's very applaudable para sa kanya.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Maraming salamat sa LGR. As Ablaza goes 0 for 2. 9-6 is the count. Rum Masters ahead against the Sikat Family's brand sardines. Abdul, binigay kay Reg Gabat. Confidence personified. Reg Gabat, may 5 puntos na. You know what impressed me? I think we covered that game, di ba?
You're right, yeah.
0 for 7 going into the fourth quarter and finished with 13.
All of his 13 points in that fourth quarter. Kalisay was the one who sparked that rally in the first half, in that second quarter particularly, and then Reg Caba just finished the job para sa Zamboanga Sikat.
Kawilan on the run. 3-pointer won't go. Rebounding Kenneth Ighalo. Ball is loose and it's out of bounds. Bola mananatili sa Zamboanga Sikat.
And, you know, ang ganda ng matchup ng parehong team na to because both teams almost have the same philosophies. They are a team that likes to really play heavy pressure defense. They're a team that executes well in the half court. In both of these teams, they like to shoot from the outside.
Turco underneath is fouled.
So kind of like how Pasay was to Bataan yesterday. They kind of mirror each other.
This is now I go back to another layer. Let's peel off another layer kung paano nagsimula itong Zamboanga this season. No? Minsan kasi, Javi, there's pros and cons with starting with a slightly weaker schedule. But right now, if the way Zamboanga has started this game, yung weaker schedule has actually allowed them to settle in to the season. It's also very difficult when you're a new team, you're just a newly formed team, kahit alam mo magkakasama na kayo before, na papasok kayo and then mahihirap kagad mga kalaban niya.
You're right. And for me, it's more so how the team responds. Yung schedule kasi, hindi mo na makokontrol yan eh. And what they say, right, is to control what you can control, and Zamboanga has did just that. They have responded to what is in front of them. They have recognized yung mga mali nila early in the season. They've had some tough losses to teams that they were expected to win against. But this 7-game winning run that they are on right now has just been superbly impressive. And guys like Abdul Sawat, he has embraced the role as, you know, one of the go-to guys para dito sa Zamboanga Sikat. Did you even expect that Abdul Sawat would step into this responsibility?
There were signs late in the season for QC last season. No, very late into it, especially when William Bing was, you know, sort of fading out of the rotation. And pero right now, still my front runner for most improved player, Abdul Sawat.
I agree.
What a pass right there! Turco with a finish. Terrific teamwork from the Sikat.
That has what has typified this Zamboanga success this season. The teamwork, the willingness to get it to the open man.
A great interception. Reg Gabat is ahead. Reg Gabat will finish. 7 points for Reg Gabat. Zamboanga turning things around here in the first period and doing it with their defense and some terrific finishes at the rim. Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop, personal karaoke speaker, everyday karaoke.
They have a flurry of impressive two-way players, and Reg Gabat is definitely one of them. 4-point lead right now para sa Zamboanga Sikat, 16-12.
Reg Gabat, perfect in that fourth quarter. 5 of 5 after going 0 for 7 in the first 3 periods. 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. And this is coming off a 20-point performance in the previous game. So, alam mo na, you know, Reg Gabat, paangat ang laro.
Yeah, proving to us that that 20-point performance was no fluke. He is not a one-hit wonder, and we're continuing to see it in this game, Sedel, early on, dito pa lang sa first quarter.
Levy drives. Ooh! The sniper de Mexico with that ultra suave move.
You know this guy plays different when he is here at the Brenzigiao Convention Center. Although he's playing for Batangas City, he's a hometown favorite.
This is the play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Still one of the best scorers in the MPBL, Sniper de Mexico, Levy Hernandez.
He's had a 28-point performance. He's had a 26-point performance. He's averaging 16 a game this season. And that's his first 3 points of the ball game. As Batangas pulls to within 1.
Yeah, you could even argue that he's having one of his finest seasons yet in his MPBL career this year.
Jong Baloria is in the game, another Pampanga native. Ambuluto and Mark Cruz have also been inserted to the lineup kasama si CJ Isip. Rojas, the drop pass to Turco. There's a foul whistled on Levy Hernandez.
You know how hard it is to make that pass in traffic to your fellow big man. I just really love the way Rojas plays. He plays through the bumps and the bruises. He absorbs the contact. He doesn't mind. And he's undersized for a big man.
Alam mo yun, sabi mo, you know, he doesn't mind, but he certainly loves the contact.
Oh yeah.
Mas
You could see it in his face.
Gusto niya yung banggaan eh. More than anything.
And he's been one of the great spark plugs off the bench para kay Coach Bong Ramos at Coach Egay Macaraya.
CJ Isit with a rebound, 16 to 15. Turco comes up empty at the line. Mark Cruz, Hernandez with a handoff. Now a switch here. Levy fires a three. Yes, sir.
The swag is there. You could see the confidence higher than usual tonight para kay Levy Hernandez.
Ichi Altamirano, no good. Turco imposing his will inside.
What about Paul Turco tonight? Sedel turning in some quality minutes.
Well, he's got 5 points, very assertive and aggressive. Isit able to get away pero natapikan. And his last touch on CJ Isit. Hernandez sits, and in comes the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Don Ochea.
Now, this has been one of the problems for Batangas City I've observed this year. Whenever Levy Hernandez sits down, the offense seems to slow down para dito sa Batangas. That's why it's high time for Jong Baloria to rediscover his shooting touch.
Well, he's had a few solid games this season, Jong Baloria, but
Just not very consistent.
yung hinahanap mo, I know what you mean, Javi, yung impact ng
Exactly.
mga ginagawa niya dati na nagdadala sa panalo dito sa Batangas. 10 seconds to work with. Jong fires a three. They just make it difficult for you, the orange shirts. Ichi Altamirano, corner three. Ochea gets the long rebound. Mark Cruz on the run. Baloria is open. Jong Baloria relocates and fires a pass inside. Hindi nag-expect si Ambo.
I think he was also trying to make a pass to Mark Cruz. He was telling Mark Cruz, tignan mo yung bola.
Yeah, but this has playoff
Oh yeah.
vibes right now, itong matchup na to.
We,
It's a one, parang alam mo yun, parang one mistake can lead to a 8-0 run.
you're right. And although different set of players na ito para sa Zamboanga, you still can really feel that playoff atmosphere because of the history of these two franchises.
Isit the in and out dribble, the strong drive, and the finish, plus the foul.
Love that in and out galing dito kay CJ Isit with the right hand. See that right here against Ichi Altamirano. Altamirano used his hands first there, did not move his feet kaya naiwanan siya doon. That forced Zamboanga to go help side defense there, but Isit was already off and away into the basket.
3-point play for CJ Isit. 21-18. Batangas with the lead. Mosqueda able to get away from the tee. The kick out to Altamirano. The crossover, the foul. It will go against CJ Isit. Penalty ng Batangas. There, Ichi Altamirano trying to find his offense here. Has yet to score. Averaging 6.5 points per game and 3 assists per ball game. Only a 44% free throw shooter.
Yeah, quite peculiar coming from a guy who likes to score the basketball.
Got a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Isit down low to Ambo. There's a double team. Kalisay and James Sena challenging Ambuluto. Mosqueda unable to convert on that runner. And that will do it. Coach Cholo Villanueva pleading for a foul on that play down low for between John Ambuluto and Sikat, but no call. Couple of three-pointers para kay MJ De La Virgen. So far, it's been a well-played first quarter with each team, getting a share of the spotlight, including this guy right here, the Sniper de Mexico.
Yeah, Levy Hernandez putting on a good show in the first quarter. Big reason why Batangas City holds a slim 2-point advantage heading into the second quarter.
Was A.G. Gonzalez of the Pampanga Giant Lanterns, team owner. His team will be in action later. Two-time defending champions. Pampanga will be up against the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. 13-0 going into this matchup.
Staking their immaculate record into Nueva Ecija. It's going to be tough though here at the Brenzigiao Convention Center, especially because this is going to be the first home game of the defending champions.
John Baloria. Second quarter underway. Isit, Cruz, Baloria, Ambuluto, Ochea. Ang lima para dito sa Batangas. 23-19 as Mark Cruz hits the baseline jumper.
I tell you, if he can hit that on a consistent basis, it will put a lot more load off the shoulders of Ablaza, Hernandez, and Baloria.
Altamirano drives, goes to Kalisay from the corner, no good. Baloria with the rebound, good stop for the Rum Masters. Cruz and Ambuluto nag-agawan. Nakuha ni Ambuluto, blocked by Sena. Ambuluto keeps it alive, he's fouled.
He's really trying to assert himself here. Ito si John Ambuluto. He's fighting through double teams. First quarter, I thought he forced it a lot, but here, just really trying to get that ball into the basket, in the process drawing that foul.
I thought Zamboanga did a good job there. It's a double team.
They have been. They're really preventing Ambuluto from getting those easy baskets underneath. They know that, that he's riding high off that 11-point performance in their last game.
This free throw of the game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances. Ang subok at kompleto appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Gabat fires. No, rebound, nakuha ni Mark Cruz. Side Ochea, nabitawan ng bola, ang tapik. Chino Mosqueda. Mosqueda, nice finish.
Excellent deceleration right there by Chino Mosqueda. A lot more guards have been learning to do that nowadays. That slow gather, especially coming from a quick run to the basket.
Cruz, jumper, money.
Love it. That perimeter jumper by Mark Cruz really gives a lot more variety to the offense of Batangas City. They become a lot less predictable.
26-21. Sena, nice fake. Short stab won't go. Abdul lost it. Battle for the loose ball ends up with Salim. And look at Salim fight through contact. Gabat with the recovery. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Gabat, plenty of contact there. No call. And it's Batangas basketball after that possession.
The referee is allowing a lot of physicality in this game so far.
This is the fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Play on the go speaker. Take your music anywhere. Ganda ng pag-decelerate. Chino Mosqueda.
And also being strong with the basketball despite the swipe attempt there.
Baloria, corner 3. Tapik ni Ambuluto. Ochea has it. A foul on Ambuluto. It will not count.
The basket will not count indeed. Here's what happened. Nice pass sana galing dito kay Mark Cruz, pero kitang-kita yung tulak doon ni Ambuluto kay Ben Salim.
Yes. But to me, kanina pa, grabe yung physicality and you call a foul on that? Come on.
Obvious na raw kasi. Obvious na raw eh. Kitang-kita na raw kasi yung extension eh.
Are, jumper, good. Nice one dribble pull-up. Galing kay Mike Are.
So what about this guy, Sadel? Stepping out of his brother's shadow. Ito si Michael Are.
Definitely a gem na uncover last season for Quezon City. Salim saves it to Sena. Takbo ang Zamboanga. Reg Gabat pulls up. The jumper is short. Rebound, Jong Baloria.
Terrible decision-making right there. That was a 3-on-2, 3-on-1 fast break there. And Rajkabat deciding to take that perimeter jumper. He had Are open on the right wing.
Kumpiyansa ako, Javi. Kumpiyansa ako kay Reg Gabat. 29-23. But, kung ganyan ang balik, then that was a terrible shot.
Exactly. Kung kumpiyansa si Reg Gabat, mas kumpiyansa si CJ Isit dun sa tira niya. It went in.
6 na puntos na. CJ Isit, Gabat, the one dribble pull-up. He misses again. Abdul and Med Salim. Oh boy, Zamboanga fighting for extra possessions there. Ibang klase ang work rate dun sa ilalim. This is the assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Especially in pick and roll situations like that when Baloria or Hernandez gets blitzed and it's Mark Cruz setting the screen. He should be ready to get those passes either on a short roll or on a pop situation and ready to shoot those perimeter jumpers.
Only the first point for Med Salim.
First point, but my God, his impact in this game though has been crazy. He's been really going for those loose balls.
2 points para kay Med Salim, 29-25. Under 6 minutes to play in the second period. Isit testing the defense of Are. Nandun si Abdul to help. Ochea ready to shoot, no good. Takbo si Are. Ochea chasing him. Recovered by Are. Salim waits for Sena. Baba sila kay Abdul. Great block galing kay Jong Baloria. Inside they go. Salim for 2. That's 4 points para kay Med Salim.
Soft touch right there. Galing kay Med Salim. Yeah, I used to see him shoot a lot of outside shots. He didn't take that opportunity earlier when he was on top. Decided for the higher percentage shot there.
Blaza having a hard time getting past Salim. Here comes Seda Blaza. Cruz open. Yes.
He's been perfect on those jumpers, Sadelf.
And that's deflating if you're Zamboanga playing terrific defense for 23 seconds. And Mark Cruz hits his 6th point right there on that free throw line jumper.
Yeah, he's been the buster on those traps that Zamboanga has tried to implement.
Salim again. And Abdul with the assist. 31-29. 4.5 minutes remaining in the second period. Baloria fires. Yes.
There you go. As long as Levy Hernandez is on the bench, you'd love to see Jong Baloria getting heavily involved in the offense for those catch-and-shoot situations, especially because he's being blitzed when he has the basketball on two-man games.
Abdul, elbow jumper won't go. Ablaza secures the rebound. Chance for the Rum Masters to extend the lead. Baloria! Back-to-back para kay Jong Baloria, and it's an 8-point lead for the Rum Masters here in San Fernando, Pampanga. 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. If you're Zamboanga, you cannot and you just can't allow Jong Baloria to get hot.
Here playing in front of his hometown crowd, Jong Baloria, Levi Hernandez, parehong Kapampangan, mainit dito sa umpisa para sa Batangas.
Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Biggest lead of the game for Batangas. 37-29. Coach Don Dulay and Coach Rob Wainwright of Nueva Ecija. They are. It's the calm before the storm.
Oh yeah.
Commissioner's Row. From Kenneth Duremdes, Head of Operations, Emer Oreta, and Head of Security, Rudy Distrito in the building. Abdul gets it to Gabat. That's a 3. Another miss. Galing kay Reg Gabat has missed his last 3 attempts. Balik sa laro, MJ de la Virgen. Ablaza with the pick. MJ gets in the lane, finds Sed. The pass to Baloria, the closeout. And the steal from Med Salim. The catch from Sumang. The recovery from Sumang. Now, the turnover from Zamboanga.
A lot of miscommunication happening right now para sa Zamboanga Sikat. The passes aren't on point. And they're having trouble trying to stifle this sizzling hot Batangas City offense.
3-minute mark ng ating second period. MJ goes to Jexter Apinan. Ablaza needing to improvise. Mintis yan. Sumang running the floor. Labas kay Med Salim. Salim gets into the lane. Lost it. It will be Batangas basketball.
I think Sumang was torn between passing to Abdul Sawat, who was trailing him, or to pass or to go for the shot.
Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. That was Salim with the finish off the feed from Abdul Sawat. Levy, 8 seconds to work with. Nabitawan ng bola, Sawat grabs the loose ball. Apinan to Hernandez underneath. And you know what, Javi, alam mo, you know, this is a much experienced team, itong Batangas, but they have no problems mixing it up for those 50-50 balls against this really, you know, this young and energetic Zamboanga team.
And that's the type of culture that Coach Cholo and his crew have established with this franchise. As we look at the numbers here of Levi Hernandez, 10 points against Nueva Ecija, but 4 out of 19 from the field. He really struggled in that game.
Medyo maalat ang kanyang shooting sa game na yun.
But he's making up for that performance with his game tonight. Ito si Levi Hernandez off to a good start here against the Zamboanga Sikat.
Double-digit lead for the first time in the game for either team. Batangas has it, 39-29. Altamirano will attack, will kick it out. Kawilan, three-pointer, missed. Salim with the offensive rebound. I thought that was a foul, Abby. Salim, oh! What a first half para kay Med Salim. 9 points leading Zamboanga, only down by 7.
You just don't know who's going to step up for the Zamboanga Sikat squad. Red Salim with a stellar second quarter here para sa Zamboanga.
Minute and 34 left. Wala pa sa penalty. Ang Zamboanga, only the third team foul. As Altamirano was caught reaching in against Kenneth Ighalo. Hernandez.
Definitely a push there.
Easy call. Easy call. That's team foul number 4. So, ang sunod na foul will be a trip to the line for Batangas.
I don't think he was gonna get away with that. It's a bulsaw at akala niya siguro makakaisa siya doon.
Set Ablaza. That's a 3. No good. And Red Salim with another rebound. Kawilan drives baseline and the finish. JP Kawilan, not the quickest right there, pero because of his ability to shoot the 3, kinailangan siyang i-close out dito.
Attacking that closeout right there. Yeah, rarely do you see him put the ball on the deck, but JP Kawilan used his length.
He completes the 3-point play. Now Zamboanga pulls to within 4, 6-0 run here for the Sikat Family's Brand Sardines. MJ, bigay kay Seth Ablaza. De la Vergen. Ablaza, the extra pass to Ighalo for 3. That's last touch on the orange shirts.
Three-point shooting starting to go a little bit cold here as we wind down the second quarter para sa Batangas City. That's why Zamboanga has been able to slowly chip away at this advantage.
Ighalo. Back to De La Vergen. MJ, there's a double team. Ighalo will save it to Apinan. 3 seconds in the shot clock. Jexter nabitawan ng bola and a lucky break for Batangas. Sawat is whistled for the personal. Pangalawa na yan para kay Abdul Sawat, but swerte sila dun, ha? Hindi maganda ang control ni Apinan sa dribble niya.
You're right. Ablaza, you know, hasn't really been able to make an impact here in the second quarter, just like he did in the first period.
5 points for Sed Ablaza. But when you have Baloria and Hernandez clicking right now, points now para kay Sed. 41 to 35. 40 seconds left in the first half. Ichi Altamirano with the escape.
That might just be the easiest shot of the night that we're gonna see in the half court.
41 to 37. MJ De La Vergen, down low they go. Jexter Apinan muffs the layup. Jexter looks like a player who's still trying to find his feet again after an injury. Roy Sumang knocks down the three. And they pull to within a single point. And for all of Batangas' great play in that first half, Zamboanga just finding a way na makabalik dito. And Roy Sumang with the final word of the half. A three-pointer to beat the buzzer.
That's been the story of this first half, Sidelf. You know, both teams exchanging runs in that first and second quarters, and that's why we're almost back to square one here at halftime.
Is annihilating Oscar De La Hoya. That is the most spectacular one-punch shot of Manny Pacquiao's incredible career. Pacquiao is a storm. Another huge left hand by Pacquiao. Punch after punch after punch. And he got the straight left hand. And there's the punching down. Look at the brilliant accuracy of Manny Pacquiao. Landing with both right and left hands. This is why we use the word sensation. Raymond Benoya providing the spark here in the fourth quarter. He's got 5 points. For the Marcelino twins. Bounce pass. JC gets it in. Panaytay, outside shot. Good. Oh, that was clutch. Robbie Celis coming up big here. Archie, oh, what a move. Now Miguel Mancaloni strong to the hoop. It's the basket plus a foul. Bongo Muyang offensive rebound. And Larry Muyang flexes.
Manalang gets it back. 8 seconds to work with. They go to Giap against Capulong. Nice fake by Giap. Atake ni Josh Giap! What a move from Josh Giap! Look at the move from Josh Giap. The shot fake. And lets Capulong fly by with that hang time move.
And the thing is, may nakadig pa si si Mitch Maynes.
Olegario drives right at Jego Dario. Finds a way. Oh my! Hindi ko alam paano nagawa ng paraan ni Jay Olegario yun. I could not even find him. Could not even see him. 3 players against J.R. Olegario.
Hindi mo na nga makita.
Kaya nga.
Plus 10 ang Pasay, 14-4. Cyrus Tabi quietly has been having a solid season.
What a pass.
And what a pass. Like you said, papunta kay AJ Coronel.
And that's with the left hand. Usually, players are good with their strong hand, no? Yung mga magagaling pumasa. And this one, though, using the left hand for that behind the back in tight space.
4-point lead para sa Abra. Taiwan. Ildefonso, oh what a move! Dave Ildefonso able to elude the defense. At ito yung magandang galaw ni Dave Ildefonso.
And that's just muscle memory para dito kay Dave Ildefonso.
Risers with a glimmer of hope. Kani. Kani for 3! Oh! Hubert Kani, I tell you, never count the Risers out, especially here on their home floor.
That's right. He rose up with those hands challenged by Philip Manalang, still knocked it down.
Pasay looks like they're getting a win here after back-to-back losses. Oh, Adlawan could certainly dunk. He'll try for that, and he does! Slam jam for Dolan Adlawan.
Pasok na sa top 3 yun, yung dakdak na yun. Maybe the number 1 play.
They trap Pido. He goes to Himpayan. Waray finds Pingris for the hammer!
Oh boy! Me, oh my! Mark Pingris!
What a slam galing kay Mark Pingris. He went up there.
To Coach Stephen Mapera's playbook that he could have more playing time for Parañaque in the coming games.
Pido. Oh! The exclamation point to this one!
May pahabol pa!
Nawala tuloy headset ko. Nagulat ako.
That's the first time I've actually seen somebody in the panel lose their headset after a dunk.
Ibang klase naman kasi out of nowhere. And Warlo Batak.
Mina against Darang. 5 seconds to work with. Mina fires a 3. Good! Alan Mina 10 points in the game and a clutch basket for the Cowboys.
Boy, and what you love about this, the guys on Ilagan, the Cowboys, clutch after clutch.
They have been fouled as well there.
Yup, didn't get to land on where he's supposed to.
Yes.
Oh my.
Big time shot galing kay Allen for 2. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Bataan. Mitchell with the in and out dribble. Mitchell, what a finish! What a finish! And I thought I was watching Dr. J right there. The in and out dribble. Minus gets deep and adjusts, contorts, and just lays it in with some English. What a spectacular move from Mitchell Minus.
Dr. J-like, if you ask me.
Halftime here at the Brenzigiao Convention Center in San Fernando, Pampanga. The Batangas City Tanduay Rum Masters head against the Zamboanga Sikat Families Brand Sardines. They led, talking about the Rum Masters, led by as many as 10 points in that second quarter. Pero Zamboanga came roaring back, and it's been a well-played game between these two South Division powerhouses, Javi, and it really, sets up for a mouth-watering second half. Titingnan mo yung mga numero dito in the first half.
You're right. Mouth-watering is definitely the term for that. These two teams that we mentioned already, top of the coverage. Royalty in the Southern Division. Both teams, they exchanged 8-point scoring runs in that first half to be able to arrive at this score. Batangas was up as much as 10 points, but then Zamboanga came roaring back with that big second quarter run to go into halftime. And you see here, maganda yung nagiging distribution ng scoring dito ng Batangas City. And I'm sure Coach Cholo is very happy to see that Levi Hernandez and John Baloria are at the top of that ladder.
Well, Med Salim, the surprise scoring leader for Zamboanga. But Reg Gabat has continued his fine form. Abdul has again impacted the game in so many ways. And Paul Turco with 5 points in that first half. We begin the second half with Zamboanga with possession. Sumang attacking the defense of De La Virgen and scoring. Zamboanga in the lead.
Kumbaga sa mga liga, ilista mo na yan. If you get Roy Sumang down at the post, especially against a defender like MJ De La Virgen, although MJ is a very capable defender, but on the block, Roy Sumang definitely has that advantage.
MJ, bigay kay Aikalo. Kenneth, jumper. No. Roy Sumang with a rebound. Super Sumang on the move. Sawat, touch pass. Oh! Napaganda pa nung nabitawan ni Abdul ang bola and Reg Gabat. You got that time, ayokong sabihin na swerte to because everyone seems to be just focused at this play. Sinundan nila yung bola.
Exactly. And what's nice about this is Reg Gabat just always available for those open looks. He trailed the play. Ang ganda nung timing niya nung pagpasok niya doon sa shaded area. And Abdul Sawat, Sudel, 7 assists already in this game.
Assist na ba yun? Bibigay
Touch pass eh.
Tanungin ko siya.
That should be credited as an assist.
Tanungin natin siya mamaya. Assist ba yun? Parang ayokong sabihin assist. Turnover yun na sinalba ni Reg Gabat. And Zamboanga, quick 5-0 run. MJ misses the 3. And it's off. A Zamboanga player.
Yeah, so far, that has been the trend in this game. It's been a game of runs for both teams. It hasn't been nip and tuck most of the way.
Oh, what a stat line so far para dito kay Abdul Sawat. The runners again. They've got some athletes on their squad. Zamboanga, Reg Gabat with 12 points in the game. And that's our fast break of the game. Brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig. Free installation for split-type air conditioners. I think Reg Gabat at some point was a sprinter or a long jump athlete. Basta.
Could be.
Nasa track and field to.
No doubt about it. By the way that he's been running the floor and going for those finishes, it's just fantastic to see Reg Gabat on the hardwood. Many people, they took a lot of notice. They put a lot of their attention on Abdul Sawat, Roy Sumang, the other usual suspects para sa Zamboanga Sikat early in the season. But Reg Gabat is putting out a notice to the rest of the league. I'm here too.
What a turnaround this has been. It's now a 19-2 run. Dating back to the second period. Make that, no. Akala ko magiging 21-2 run. De La Virgen to Importante. That's Jong Baloria who swishes the 3.
Continuing his fine form here in this game, picking up from where he left off in that first half.
Una to Sawat. Back to Sumang. There's a switch now. Sumang against Ablaza. 5 seconds to work with. Roy. Stutter step. Jumper. Short. Rebound. De La Virgen. MJ. Ighalo is open. He'll fire. Misfires that time. Ito si Kenneth Ighalo.
A lucky break right there para sa Zamboanga. You can't leave a shooter like Kenny Halo that wide open.
Sumang plenty of contact on that drive and he misses. And back the other way, Batangas.
I think Roy Sumang's got to dial it down a bit first. Medyo nakikita ko sumusobra yung gigil niya dito sa third quarter.
Inside, Jong Baloria with a power move.
Well, if Roy Sumang's been missing his shots, Jong Baloria has been making them on the other side. Back-to-back hits for the Kapampangan.
Jong Baloria is up to 11 points in the game. Kawilan, three-pointer, won't go. Rebound fought for, Gabat wins it. But a whistle going against King Importante on the hold against James Una.
James Una might not be showing it on the stat sheet, but his impact on those kinds of situations, loose balls, offensive rebounds, 50-50s, it has just been very helpful for some. Wow, my goodness! Ho, ho, ho!
Reg Gabat,
Where have you been?
ibang klase. That's 9 points in the quarter alone para kay Reg Gabat. De La Virgen with the answer. If you're Batangas, you gotta respond with a punch as well because Reg Gabat has thrown a haymaker dito sa ating third quarter.
Well, at least Batangas City has been responding blow by blow.
Abdul with 10 seconds to work with. Labas kay Sumang. A lot of space for Roy to work with. They collapse on Sumang. Una, the drop pass. Kawilan, no good. That should be a foul on Kawilan on the loose ball. Pero na kay Reg Gabat ang bola. The fadeaway is short. Ball is loose. It ends up with Kawilan. A three and a miss. De La Virgen will slow things down.
Are we in the playoffs?
Feeling ko.
It's crazy. This is playoff type atmosphere. The intensity is just maddening.
Baloria, the step back three, short on that try and rebound. Nakuha ni James Una. Reg Gabat. Atake si Reg, the runner. He's fouled by FJ De La Virgen.
I love the competition we're seeing here from both squads. Each player that steps onto the hardwood, they make sure that they are going to give it their all. And imagine this, Adel, we're just in the second game and we have another blockbuster matchup waiting for us in our main game.
Grabe, ibang klase yung appetizer na to para sa mga fans ng Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. This is, we'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. And Gabat exploding here in the third. 10 points, 10 of his 17 here in the third. And misses the second free throw. Ablaza secures the board. De La Virgen, Importante. Ablaza ngayon. Importante wants it against Sumang. They go to Baloria. The shot fake from Jong. Could not convert from inside the paint. And that's last touch. I believe that was Med Salim.
Yeah, off his body.
Gabat needs a breather.
A well-deserved rest for him, definitely.
Ablaza fires. It's short. Could have attacked Turco there. Sa sitwasyon na yun, advantage siya dyan kung nag-drive siya, Javi.
You're right.
Turco mishandles the pass from Abdul.
But the response by Zamboanga on the other side, a turnover. So Batangas has a chance to redeem themselves in this possession. I'm expecting a set that's going to involve Jong Baloria here getting the basketball.
Levy Hernandez will check it. It's the next dead ball. Ablaza. They go to Importante against Roy Sumang, who stays low. Ighalo too strong on the three. Sumang to Ichi. Ichi drives, bigay kay Turco. Beautiful basketball, Zamboanga.
Paul Turco has had himself a stellar night in this game para sa Zamboanga Sikat. Credit to his teammates for finding him on those drop passes.
MJ against Turco. Ighalo. Ablaza inside the paint. Well defended by Turco and the rebound from Abdul. They go down low to Med Salim. Oh, Med Salim, 11 points. Zamboanga looking very sharp coming out of the dugout for the third quarter, 56-49. And Coach Cholo wants to talk things over. But before that, we have our assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. 7-point lead for Zamboanga, 3:42 remaining in the third. That's our Gixxer fan of the game, born for greatness. And unti-unti na pong napupuno itong Brenzy Giao Convention Center in San Fernando, Pampanga. It's so nice to be back,
Oh yeah.
Javi, for the first time this season. Dito sa home ng Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Let's go to Sydney Crespo.
Kwento ni Coach Cholo na parang mas lalong humaba yung biyahe pa uwi galing Abra after suffering his latest loss sa Nueva Ecija. He said it's the same story every year, yung talent nila and everyone can contribute. Sabi daw niya sa loob ng locker room, I need a certain resiliency from this team dahil totoong nakakapanibago ang kanilang sitwasyon ngayon. He reminded them that the former QC players now part of Zamboanga have matured a lot since then. So for sure, they're smarter now. Turnovers killed them last game, but right now the story is quite familiar. Kaya sabi ni Coach Cholo, they need to be calm and collected while they take care of the ball better sila, Javi.
Thank you so much, Sid. And the key word there para sa akin is the resiliency, because that was some sort of a hallmark of a Batangas team in previous years that I think has dipped a bit this season.
I totally agree. Obviously, they're dealing with the aging of their players. Even though this particular group has been with each other for so long already, obviously you're gonna have to deal with the aging legs. But this team, I think it's just a matter of time before they rediscover that old form and that resiliency that nasabi mo nga has been the hallmark of this franchise the past few seasons.
Yeah. The ability to win even though they're not playing well, that is alam mo yan ang that's where champions are made of.
You're
usually right. It won't be perfect all the time.
You're right. It's in these moments where you touch on see if you are definitely ripe for that moment of success when it eventually happens to you.
58-51. Again, a terrific response from Zamboanga, restoring the 7-point lead. Cruz is open. Fires a jumper over Turco, and it's a miss. Last touch ni Ambuluto.
And not really the best of shots there taken by Mark Cruz.
This is the assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Importante late there on the recovery to rotate there to Paul Turco.
Three-pointer from Ichi, no good. Med Salim with another rebound. Here comes Chino Mosqueda. Labas kay Ichi Altamirano. Salim, the extra pass. Chino for three. Good! 10-point lead for Zamboanga. It's a 20-point turnaround dating back to the second period.
Yeah, Chino Mosqueda will not take a lot of shots But when he's wide open, he's going to be ready for that. And you love that Chino, he's not expecting a lot of playing time all the time, but when his number is called, he's going to always give it his all.
That's a difficult shot, Avi. And that's what Zamboanga's defense is giving itong Batangas. Yan lang. Napakahirap na tira. Bagsak si Chino. That's a turnover.
Zamboanga wants Batangas City to be very uncomfortable, especially in their half-court set, because Zamboanga, they have a lot of respect for how Batangas City executes in the half-court. They know that this is a very disciplined team, and this is a team that is very high on their execution, and they want to make sure that in the half-court, they go for the more difficult shots rather than get those easy open looks.
Levy. Cruz, jumper, yes. Not much you can do there. As Mark Cruz finds the mark again, he's into double figures with 10 points. 8-point lead, Zamboanga. Minute remaining here in the third. Salim inside, double teamed, double dribble. Turnover.
Unexpected double there. I'm sure Med Salim wasn't ready for that.
Sabi siguro naman siya, dinodouble na ako. Double team na pala ako. Ganun na pala ako.
Well, he's been stellar tonight. I don't think he has missed.
Kaya ang ganda ng pinapakita niya, 11 points na siya eh.
4 out of 4 from the field.
Easy to Amboluto. Some signs of life again from Batangas. They pulled to within 6. 35 seconds remaining. Altamirano to Kalisay. Salim now with Mosqueda. The drive. A foul whistled on Ochea. That will send Mosqueda to the free throw line. This is the play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
That was Amboluto's first field goal in this game.
Mosqueda averaging 4 points per ball game this season, and he splits his free throws. It's a 7-point advantage for the Sika. 27 seconds remaining in the third period. Isit. May tangan ng bola dito, CJ Isit. And that's on Chino Mosqueda.
And they have fouls to give.
Only the third team foul. Here's the play right here.
Got stuck in between Mark Cruz and Levy Hernandez there.
Cruz, down low they go. Levy, there's a double team.
Somebody's got to be open, and it wasn't John Amboluto. It was CJ Isit actually on the opposite corner, but that swarming defense is making it hard for Levy Hernandez to see the whole floor.
Medyo, I was worried about that double team though because wala masyadong gumalaw din sa kanila eh. Naghihintay lang din sila ng bola.
Yeah, everybody was just standing around.
Oh, yeah. We go to Cruz and Salim with a crucial touch. Zamboanga with the last shot of the period. Altamirano, yes! Big shot to close out the third. Zamboanga with a 10-point lead against Batangas here in San Fernando, Pampanga.
Check out how he stepped into the shot, Delph. What a ballsy attempt coming from Itzy Altamirano.
He knew he could hit that shot. What a confident stroke from way downtown.
And the calm celebration galing kay Itzy Altamirano to close out that quarter. That was a big quarter para dito sa Zamboanga Sika. It all started with Reg Gabat's 10 points in the first 5 minutes. And then, dire-diretso na. Altamirano playing well. Here, that is one of the highlights of the game, brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. elevate their hydration.
Once again, team basketball personified here by the Zamboanga Sikat, and everybody just chipping in at different moments para dito sa kanilang kupunan. 10-point advantage heading into the final frame.
Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Nandito tayo sa Brenzy Giao Convention Center in San Fernando, Pampanga. And sila po ang ating fans of the game, brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Kaway-kaway.
Batangas faithful right there. I think the wives and spouse and girlfriends.
WAG section.
WAG section, yes.
Isit. There you go to Levy Hernandez. Down low, Ambuluto. Nice catch. Trying to gather. John Ambuluto is fouled.
And look at that quarter scoring on your screens. 25-14 in that third period. That's what really gave them the advantage. Zamboanga, although Batangas City was able to respond with a run midway through that third quarter, but towards the latter part to cap that third frame, what a big run made by the Zamboanga Sikat on the heels of the performances of different personalities.
And by the way, what a dynamic duo. Coach Egay Macaraya and Coach Bong Ramos.
Oh, yeah.
Because pareho sila nag-gesture dito sa referee. Kita ko parang ano eh.
Yan
Batman and Robin and ano eh. Parang tandem na ano eh. Malakas eh.
I would say Batman and Batman.
Dalawang Batman eh. Tignan mo, yung tindig ng dalawang yan. Pag nakalusot kay Coach Bong, andun si Coach Egay. Hindi pwedeng may makalusot.
I'd hate to be the referee officiating their games.
Levy fires a three. And that's a, you know, yan lang din ang binibigay, Javi. Itong depensa ng Zamboanga, those, you know, wala eh, hindi nakaka-execute. Kalisay, that won't go early in the offense there, ang tira ni Kalisay. Pinapakiramdaman ng kanyang tira. And inside, that's so much better because they get the basket early in their offense.
Yeah, the only way you're going to counter aggressive swarming defense is if you're going to move that basketball and also play good defense as well on your end of the floor. Oh, that's a walk. Got a little bit too excited there, Donut-Sea.
One step too many. This is the play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
This is more to the tune of Batangas City basketball. Quick ball movement, recognizing the open man for that high percentage shot.
Roy Sumang is back in the contest to take care of that basketball. Altamirano will drive. The cut from Abdul. Nakatalikod si Levy Hernandez. And Abdul Sawat makes him pay 8 points in the ball game. It's back to a 10-point lead.
When you're going up against Zamboanga, you have to be on your toes all moments defensively. You can't be caught ball watching because they're going to catch you with those off-ball movements and they're going to recognize that open man cutting to the basket.
Isit to Levy. Three-pointer, too strong. Nakuha ni Mark Cruz, the turnaround. And Abdul Sawat went up high for that defensive rebound for Zamboanga. Kawila now. The cross-court pass to Abdul.
Oh yeah, shuffled his pivot foot there on the catch. He wasn't able to establish.
I like what I'm seeing though. The pep and the step of the Zamboanga Sikat.
Ang sarap panoorin no?
It just excites me. Kakaibang kilik yung nararamdaman ko, Javi.
They just make it easier for us to do our jobs here.
Oh, Altamirano with the steal and the finish. And, you know, 10 points now for each Altamirano. It's just tough to see Batangas right here at this point, down by 12. The cut and the turnover.
Yeah, one can argue, Sedef, that as Batangas right now is staring at a vision of their former selves in this Zamboanga team.
But I'd like to argue na may iba to eh. Hindi to yung yung mga players dito, they're not the same. Like Levy Hernandez came into this Batangas team with a reputation as a big-time scorer. Same is true with Jong Baloria. I don't think there's a big-time scorer in this team except for Roy Sumang. But, ngayon, nakikita natin, they've developed into something special. We will be right back after this coach's challenge.
The challenge of Zamboanga was successful.
A good challenge para kay Coach Bong Ramos and Coach Egay Macaraya. And that's the first thing na nakita ko kanina. I thought it was a turnover, actually. And that confirms it.
Yeah, clearly off Mark Cruz there.
And Roy Sumang. And need him to stabilize Zamboanga. Altamirano, shot clock down to 10. Sena against Ambuluto. Altamirano gets it back. Ichi fires off the mark. Rebound is Sed Ablaza. Medyo matagal na sa bench si Sed. Here's Ambuluto. Forcing that one against James Sena.
But it hasn't been an easy night para kay John Ambuluto here in this game. He's really had to fight through a lot of bodies inside that shaded area. Zamboanga's made sure to throw a lot of different coverages to John Ambuluto tonight.
Sinks the first free throw. John Ambuluto. The early years in the MPBL was with Parañaque. This is the free throw of the game, brought to you by Extreme Appliances ang subok at kumpletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. 2 for 2 for Ambo. Trims the deficit to 10.
Yeah, his game has definitely changed from that time, including his hair color.
Oo. Altamirano, Tukawila now, Sena. Sumang. Natrasan si Ambuluto. Sumang with 5 seconds to work with. The dance, the pass, Sena, the three. Ho, ho, ho. Wow. May konting sayaw, and then the three ball just in time to beat the shot clock. 13-point lead, the biggest in the ball game. Ablaza attacks and a foul on Sena.
You're definitely going to put that on the top 10.
Yes.
You
You have to see that again, please.
Replay that.
Yes.
What a move here by Roy Sumang. And then Sena was asking for it because he felt that mismatch. He had Ochea on him. He felt that he could have taken him on the post. But Sumang set him up for that three-point shot.
You know what? Knowing James Sena and his personality, tatawa siya dun eh. Sa tirang yun. Tatawa siya pag after niya ma-shoot. But they are just so locked in right now na hindi niya can't even afford to laugh with that shot. 8 points and 7 rebounds para kay Sed Ablaza.
And you'd think that, a team as hot as Zamboanga right now with a 7-game winning streak, especially na marami sa kanila bata pa, they would try to maybe somehow show signs of complacency, but it is far from that.
Ablaza, strong finish. Lead is down to 9. Altamirano, nagmamadali, pulls back, and gives it up to Roy Sumang. Under 6 minutes to play, 9-point lead for Zamboanga. They trailed by 10 earlier. Sumang to Altamirano from the corner. Bagsak si Sena, a whistle going against Batangas.
Yeah, their wiliness underneath has made it difficult para dito sa mga malalaki ng Batangas City.
This is the assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Gabat to inbound. Sena, natapik ni Ochea. Ablaza, that's off Sawat.
Now he was looking down. Levy Hernandez was already open ahead of him.
Hindi niya nakita. (72-63), Ablaza. Hernandez weaving through traffic. Levy, Ambo, put back. 72-65, 7 points for John Ambuluto. James Una has been called from the bench of Zamboanga. He'll check in sa next dead ball. Kawilan continues to fire and continues to miss.
Whew, that could have been a backbreaker.
Dalawa na yun, na libre. Hernandez, 2 points. And Batangas showing signs of resiliency na hinahanap ni Coach Cholo Villanueva dito sa fourth quarter natin.
Ganun kabigat yung naging mintis doon ni JP Kawilan because it allowed this transition opportunity para sa Batangas City. CJ Isit seeing the floor there. Nobody marking Levy Hernandez. Mini run here by the Tanduay Rum Masters, down by just 5.
Reg Gabat, Med Salim, and Ichi Altamirano combined for 38 points in this ball game. 38 of the 72 of Zamboanga. Salim in particular has come alive in this ball game. Itong si Reg Gabat naman has sustained his fiery form with another double-digit output after the 20 points and the 13 against their last opponent, Davao. Ngayon, meron na siyang 17 points. 25 ang career high ni Reg. And so far, hindi pa siya masyadong nakakagawa dito sa fourth quarter natin. But look out for him here in the last 5 minutes. Zamboanga with a 5-point lead. Sawat, Kawilan, Gabat, Sumang, and Una on the floor. Kawilan, the push shot. That's 3 straight misses for JP.
I think there's going to be a challenge here.
Yeah. And Coach Cholo has requested for a challenge on the last out-of-bounds play. And we will be right back.
The challenge made by Batangas City is unsuccessful.
It's an unsuccessful challenge. That was last touch on the Rum Masters. And that was, I think, Ambuluto who touched the ball last. Altamirano. Bigay kay Roy Sumang. The three. That's short. Ablaza with a rebound. A crucial stop for the Rum Masters. Try to pull closer here. Ablaza against Sumang. Set. Too strong on the drive. Sumang to Abdul. Abdul, the drop pass to JP, plus the foul.
What a delivery right there. Galing kay Abdul Sawat.
Special delivery on Abby. Because that is also our play of the game, brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. How about the court generalship of Roy Sumang on that forward pass?
Hockey assist coming from Roy Sumang, and the feed galing kay Abdul Sawat off that nice Euro step. Slow 1-2, and then that tight pass to JP Kawilan. The unselfishness of Abdul Sawat has helped propel Zamboanga to this advantage.
Ablaza lays it in. He was asking for a foul. If you're Batangas, just stay with it. You know? Push Zamboanga to the limit. Tingnan natin kung meron sila dito. Kawilan, that short rebound, Altamirano. Kawilan has missed his last 3 attempts from beyond the arc.
But if I'm JP, I'm gonna keep shooting.
Sumang to Ichi. That's a 3. And that's good.
Oh boy. Zamboanga had 50 3-point shots in their last game, although they're not as prolific from the outside in this game. The 3-point shots here in the second half, here also, particularly in the fourth quarter, have started to drop para sa kanila.
It's 78-69. And Altamirano also making a case para sa kanya to be one of the top performers of this game. But this is the Gixxer great move of the game. Board for greatness. Courtesy of Sed Ablaza. Naalala ko to last year, Javi. I think I covered that game, QC against Batangas. The couple of long 3-pointers from Jong Maloria first, and then MJ De La Veren sending the game into overtime. And that's when Batangas was able to snatch that victory.
I do remember that. Batangas just really using their experience in extra period to pull away and get that victory.
Air ball on that 3 para kay Abdul. 78-71. Levy wants a clear out against JP Kawilan. 10 seconds to work with. And he throws the ball away to Abdul. Abdul does not need to rush. Sumang to Ichi. Ichi will drive, loses his footing, and referee Karina Martin doing a fine job there to avoid conflict. I don't think CJ had intentions there to hurt ito si Ichi Altamirano.
Well, we're gonna have to take a look at that again.
But we saw a signal for double technical as well.
Altamirano slipped there. I think he was trying to stand up. Ito si CJ Isit. Altamirano apparently took offense to that. Nice job by referee Karina Martin to pull Ichi Altamirano back up. This is a different angle, you know.
Wala kang hindi nga gumagalaw yung ano ni CJ Isit.
Yeah, I don't think there was a kick anyway.
And Coach Cholo will use this to come up with something sa next sequence nila.
It's the turnovers really that have greatly hurt itong Batangas City in this game. 16 turnovers for the Rum Masters sa laro na to.
And that's it. para kay
Technical
Seda
foul
Blaza.
on Batangas City, number 10, CJ Isit. Technical foul on Zamboanga, number 17, Abdul Sawat, for trash talking.
And that's a big blow. I said the Blaza, that's one less closer para kay Coach Cholo Villanueva in this game. High time for Baloria and Levi Hernandez to spark one final push here for the Rum Masters.
Kalisay to Sumang. Kawilan. He'll fire. That's short again. Jong Baloria is on the floor. Ochea. CJ Isit with a finish.
Razzle dazzle coming from the lefty CJ Isit. The spinneroo and the finish with a strong hand. This is just a 5-point lead.
Kalisay, 3, short. The tap is an important one because it ends up with Roy Sumang.
That was a quick shot by Kalisay. I don't think they needed to take that one. Good thing they keep possession here.
Una, nice drop to Ichi. Altamirano with 15 points in the game. And he extends the lead to 7.
Strong second half by Ichi Altamirano.
Inside, Levi Hernandez. No, Ambuludto is denied.
They can review this.
Yes, yes.
Under 2 minutes here. They can definitely review this on referees.
They can check it again.
Assistant coach J.R. Aquino is livid on that Batangas sideline.
And Levi could not get the roll here.
Oh, I think that was last touch on Ambuluto.
That was close. $80-73, a minute and 46 remaining.
What a tough stretch right now para sa Batangas. And just credit to the defense of Zamboanga and the shot making as well.
That's a confirmation na bola ng Zamboanga. And they have Nueva Ecija next week in Palayan City. What a game that should be.
Definitely gonna look forward to that. A rematch of Season 4 National Championship.
Kaso dati, green and white ang Zamboanga. Ngayon, purple and orange ang colorways nila.
You're right. Different set of personalities as well for both squads. Almost.
7-point game, minute and a half remaining. Sumang has done a fantastic job controlling the play para dito sa Zamboanga. 5 seconds to work with. Roy Dehesi. Roy too strong. Inside, Abdul Sawat puts it in. It's a 9-point lead for Zamboanga, but Kawilan is down on the floor. And they will check this one. It could lead to more problems for Batangas. And what about JP Kawilan staying on the floor? I know he's down, not literally, but staying on the court.
Despite the misses.
Despite the misses. Ang tiwala that he'll come up with something or just the toughness dun sa ilalim para dito sa Zamboanga to defend the bigs of Batangas.
Yeah, he's impacting the game in a different manner here. Let's see what happened. And there's the missed shot by Sumang, but James, oh, that's definitely a hit by Levi Hernandez. Closed fist at that.
And that's usually, I'm not going to say it's typical of Levi, but it's not the first time.
Yeah.
It's not the first time.
It's become sort of a trend, especially this season. You know, especially when in moments kung saan talagang hindi talaga sila maka-arangkada You know, they're feeling the frustration, and this is how he projects it.
Upon review, there
Which
was
is
an
sad.
act of violence on number 22, Levy Hernandez.
It's a disqualifying foul. Oh, no? Unsportsmanlike foul? It is an unsportsmanlike foul.
That was an above-the-shoulder hit.
So an unsportsmanlike foul. Sorry about that. You know. Yun ang desisyon dito. An unsportsmanlike foul. I thought, from the looks of it,
Yeah, it looked like.
mukhang pang ano eh. He could have been sent off. But you know, they actually dodged a bullet there na hindi siya na-upgrade into a disqualifying foul. But it's a 10-point lead already para dito sa Zamboanga. And Hernandez will stay on the floor. Batangas needs to defend here. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Kailangan nila dito mag-force ng turnovers.
They should. And they should play defense without fouling here. But they're already in the penalty. And avoid unnecessary shenanigans.
Kawilan, bigay kay Abdul. There's a double team there. The steal by CJ Isid. It's a fast break. Baloria, lead of Zamboanga is down to 8. Minute and 7 remaining.
This is still possible.
They gotta take care of the ball and they lose it again. Levy inside. He scores. 6-point game with 59 seconds remaining. Rum Masters with a glimmer of hope. And everything seemed lost just moments ago.
Yeah, they looked like they were dead in the water. They're the team that committed a lot of turnovers, but they were able to force a couple on Zamboanga right there and get back-to-back baskets. 2-possession ball game right now, under a minute to play. Still very much possible for Batangas City to tie this game.
Mauna yung duck, ikan nyo, mauna yung duck dito, tapos move, mga diretsyo tayo. Hinahawakan kayo eh. So, huwag kayong tumanggap dito. 4 tayo. Sige lang. Laban tayo. Sino? Sino sa group? Kabila tayo.
And just avoiding an area on the floor na hindi sila makompromise. Yan ang importante dito para kay Coach Egay dun sa timeout na yon. Because alam niya that, you know, Batangas is gonna do everything. No, they will grab, they will push you.
And alam mo naman na si Coach Cholo, he's used this kind of trapping defense for years now here with Batangas City. There you are.
Pero nabigay niya kay Roy Sumang ang bola. Inside, Una is open, but they turn the ball over.
Ooh.
46 seconds remaining. And there was plenty of time on the shot clock there, Javi.
And they didn't need to go that deep into that pass. Ito si Roy Suma.
That's a 3. Oh! 7-0 run after that unsportsmanlike foul. 15 points for Jong Baloria. And we're in for a carjack finish dito sa San Fernando. 3-point lead, Zamboanga. Sumang gets away. The push shot, no! Rebound, Isit. Baloria is ahead. Jong Baloria saves it to Ochea. Blocked, but a foul. James Una commits the foul. And he will send Ochea to the line. 21 seconds remaining.
Deja vu, Sadelf. This is almost exactly what happened last year when Batangas City faced QC. 3 straight turnovers for Zamboanga.
Their poise tested in this game. Zamboanga.
That's Uchea's first point in this game.
83 to 81. They actually did not have Abdul on the floor kanina.
You're right.
6 rebounds and 3 assists. Ochea, 2 for 2. 9-0 run for Batangas in less than a minute. And that forces Zamboanga into a timeout.
Well, we go back to Sid's report earlier. What Coach Cholo mentioned, the resiliency that he's looking for in his team, exemplified right now at this point.
Okay. Makinig ka ha. Okay. Guys, gawin natin yung 5. Ha? 5 tayo. 5, 4, 3, 1, 3, 2. Okay? Okay, makinig ha. Chino, ganito yung Chino. Si Abdul pupunta. No, dito pala tayo. 3, tapos 5, 4 dito. Okay, makinig. Okay, kay Abdul. Move ganito yung Chino. Another pick. Makinig. Punta tayo kay Itzi muna. Ikaw pala, ikaw. Okay? Tapos tawag tayo ng shot clock. 4 down spread. Hey!
Yeah, you just heard their assistant coach Egay Macaraya. And I think after that huddle, there's that pass by Roy Sumang. It's surprising that sa kanya pa nanggaling yung turnover na yun.
And then Baloria with a 3. And they will get the ball back, Batangas. Because nandito sa Zamboanga side ang bola, 14 seconds, so 7-second differential. Mosqueda now with Ichi Altamirano, a foul on Isit. And Ichi Altamirano holding on to his right leg there, sa ankle area.
I don't think they were going for the foul there. They were looking to trap first. Sabi mo nga, babalik pa yung bola sa kanila dapat eh.
But 18.6 seconds left. That's a lot of time. And MJ De La Virgen, who buried the three-pointer to send the game to overtime last year. Ichi Altamirano, a fine performance, 15 points. Make that 16 for him. Battled through an ACL injury last year. He's back.
Altamirano only had 3 points in the first half, Sidelf.
Oo. Altamirano trying to make this a 3-point lead. He misses. Rebounding importante. Here we go. Hernandez. Levy in the lane. Layup blocked by Una, but a foul. 11.9 seconds remaining. Levy Hernandez with 2 free throws. Crazy finish here in San Fernando, Pampanga. Check out this move from Levy Hernandez. A foul clearly on Una. It's either Una or Abdul there.
Yeah,
Pero
I think it was on Una.
Hernandez with a chance to make amends here.
He's been perfect from the line tonight, Sidelf.
And I saw it as soon as it left his hand. 11.9 seconds remaining. May timeout pa ang Batangas dito.
They're definitely going to have to play the foul game now.
Hernandez misses the second. Ball is loose. Nakuha ni Abdul. Mosqueda is fouled.
Oh, what a time to miss 2 free throws. He was 5 out of 5 prior to that trip to the line. The 2 most important free throws tonight, and he missed it.
84 to 82. Now it's Chino Mosqueda's turn.
Oh, this is not over yet.
8.9 seconds left.
This is still an eternity of basketball.
May timeout din ang Batangas. So if he does make one of two, particularly dun sa back end, may makaka-timeout si Coach Cholo and probably map out a play. But if it's 2 for 2, that could be the ball game. And I don't want to say it could be the ball game because
You've seen stranger things, huh?
because I thought it was a ball game already after that unsportsmanlike foul on Levy Hernandez.
We will stand on the call. Foul committed by Levy Hernandez. Penalty.
Oh, they were trying to see if it could have been upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul, but I didn't see the need for that anyway.
Mosqueda was 1 for 2 earlier. Oh boy.
This game is keeping us on the edge of our seats. My goodness.
Mosqueda, yes, on the second. And on cue, Coach Cholo sues for time. 8.9 seconds remaining. Last time out of the game for Batangas. They're down by 3. And let's see what Coach Cholo has in his bag.
8 seconds to score, ha? Don, makinig, ha? Don. Levy, MJ, kung lang sa bola, ha? Huwag mo na gumalaw, King, ha? Don. Good screens, ha? Huwag mo na gumalaw, Jong. Okay? Just cut. Yan ang hinahanap natin. Screen. Si Levy, kung meron si Levy doon, you're going for that. Pag wala si Jong, babalik ka dito. You're going for that. Wala lahat yan, King, you're popping out. Then, hand up for a 8 seconds to score. Makaka-score tayo.
Bilang MJ, bilang ka. Takat ka lang doon.
Good screen, ha?
Walang challenge na malapit. Hey, pag naka 2 points sila, inbound na magdasal na lang tayo. Hey, what's na ba? Hey, what's na? Yun lang.
Interesting timeouts. Timeout para dun sa may konting halong dasal para kay Coach Egay. But here we go. MJ De La Virgen, Don Ochea, King Importante, Levy Hernandez, and Jong Baloria for Batangas. And watch out for MJ De La Virgen and Levy Hernandez. Bagsak si Levy. It's a tight pass to Baloria. And a block on the 3.
That was too early of an attempt, Sedelf. He was heavily pressured, stuck in that deep corner. Didn't have to take the shot right away. There was still time for a pass. He wanted that foul on Una, and that's why I think he went for that attempt.
I thought he could have probably, bounced it off Una's leg and let it restart again.
That was the better option.
Pwede yun,
rather than try to gamble and expect a whistle.
Yeah, and Una was all over him there. And this is a gutsy win for Zamboanga.
Perhaps one of their biggest wins of the season.
Yeah, they beat Pampanga already.
Yeah.
Pero ito, that has got to be up there.
The finish to this game was definitely intense. Talagang nasubukan yung poise nila. Turning the ball over 3 straight times, allowing Batangas to come back, but having that resolve to make some stops in the end and seal this game, although they're going to have to work on their free throws.
Naichi Altamirano, though, that's the icing on the cake. And what a game and what a win para dito sa Zamboanga Sikat, strengthening their hold of top spot in the South Division. Coach Egay and Coach Wong with a masterful performance here to lead Zamboanga to this impressive win, 87-82. Ichi Altamirano, what a performance here from him in the second half. He was just oozing confidence in that second half, Javi. Ang ganda na pinakita niya. Just when his team needed it the most, Javi. Ito si
right.
Ichi Altamirano.
3 points in the first half, but when push came to shove, He wanted those big shots. He embraced the moment. He was not shy of it. And also, aside from scoring baskets at Delph, he also did it on the defensive end.
Our best player of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. It finishes with 18 points. Ito si Ichi Altamirano, and let's go to Sidney Crespo.
Thanks, Adelph Javi. Well, hindi lang si Ichi ang kasama ko, kundi ang buong Zamboanga team. Ichi, congratulations. You took a lot of very important shots tonight. Walang sense of complacency mula sa inyo from start to finish. And you showed a lot of maturity versus a much more veteran Batangas team.
First of all, ano lang yan eh. Nilagay ko lang sa isip ko na at puso ko na God over all things. Siyempre, tapos itong mga to, siyempre ganti dahil sa kanila. Ito, siyempre yun. Tsaka sa sistema ng team namin, sinusunod lang namin lahat. Aray ko! Yun lang. Yun lang, yung sistema nila, coach, lalo na sa depensa, yun yung mas ine-ensayo namin kaysa sa mga offense. Offense kasi darating yan eh. Katulad ngayon, dumating. So marami struggle, lalo na sa akin. So ayun, ginawa ko lang yung ginagawa ko dati pa. So yun, okay, yun lang.
Well, kitang-kita naman namin ngayon kung gaano ka-proud sa'yo ang iyong mga teammates, no? But next, Nueva Ecija, alam ko na marami pang gustong patunayan ng Zamboanga versus other top teams.
So yun nga, yung mga next game namin talaga, wala nang mahina. Talaga lahat ng mga top contenders na yun man lagi naman sa amin sinasabi ni Coach Egay na walang magre-relax sa amin and give lang namin lahat ng boost lang namin sa game, training namin yung mga dapat namin gawin para mag-improve. Yun lang.
Ngayon, Ichi, sino ang gusto mong batiin at pasalamatan?
Siyempre, binabati ko yung yung teammates ko, yung Zamboanga family, yung family Sardines. So, yung family ko sa New Zealand, mami ko, Mami Carolina, Kuya Pinggoy, Tenten, ate ko, Ate Ineng, Kuya Carlo ko, Kuya Aro, and Manlapas family, Reyes family, and yung tumulong sa akin gumaling para makabalik this season. Siyempre, galing ako injury last season, di ako nakalaro. Si Isay, binabati ko siya. So, ayun, binabati kay Martin family and ano pa ba? Yung mga hindi ko nabati, yun, yung anak ko pala, syempre, yung dalawa kong anak, si Kale tsaka si Cade, mahal na mahal ko kayo. Yun lang.
Thank you so much and congrats.
Yung Sikat Zamboanga, Family Brand Sardines, Ma'am Anita Cao, JNT Plasticware, TV11 Zamboanga, 96.3 FM Zamboanga, City Foods, ate may libre akong mangga, Maki Cooks, and congratulations to Congresswoman-elect Kachua for winning the elections. At sa lahat na Zamboangueños, muchas gracias sa walang sawang suporta sa amin. Yun lang po, maraming salamat. God bless.
Congratulations, Ichi Altamirano is our best player of the game, brought to us by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Sydney, and congratulations, Ichi Altamirano. What a game. But up next, a clash of champions here in the Brenzy Giao Convention Center. Nueva Ecija attempting to break the 36-game home winning streak of the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. This is going to be a big one after this. Magbabalik ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino dito sa San Fernando, Pampanga.